Conditional formatting is another type of filter. So here we just have some houses. We have the listing price, the town, the square footage, the bedrooms and the bathrooms as well. Well, sometimes when you are filtering, instead of hiding some of the data that does not meet the filter criteria, you may want to still be able to see all of the options. Sometimes we just kind of feel like we are missing out on something. So what we can do is use conditional formatting. And conditional formatting can be found on the Home tab. And here are some of the different conditional formatting options that are available. So here is conditional formatting. So we have cell rules, we have top and bottom rules, we have data bars, and we have color scales as well. The great thing about conditional formatting, there is a lot of rules that are built in, and we simply just need to go ahead and use them. The first step of using conditional formatting is you first need to go ahead and select the range group. So step 1, you need to go ahead and select your range. Then step 2, you want to go ahead and choose your formatting. We will take a look at different types here. We will have a look at data bars first, then we will take a look at color scales, then we will kind of double back and take a look at some cell rules and some top and bottom rules as well. So let's see how much data we are working with here. I'll go ahead and press Ctrl and so go down to row 133. So quite a bit of data here. I'm going to press Ctrl Home to go back to cell A1. Well, there is a lot of numbers here for the listing price. I could sort this, but I just want to go ahead and see which ones stand out. I'll go ahead and highlight all of my listing prices here. Now that they are all highlighted, I'm going to go ahead and click on conditional formatting. And from here I'll use one of the data bars here. So here's a data bar that I can use. I'll click on that. I'll go over and solid fill. So notice what this does. If I kind of make this column wider, so this gives us a clear indication in terms of which values are higher than the other. I can clearly see on row 22, this house represents one of the higher prices. And if you scroll through this, it will give you a really good visual in terms of which ones are cheaper or which ones are more expensive. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply another one here. Let's take a look at color scales. So here are different color scales. Here is the green, yellow, red color scale. When I go ahead and remove the other conditional formatting from there, so I'll click on manage rules and I want to remove this one here from the data bar. I'll click on delete. I'll click apply and then I will click OK. So here is the color scale. So the color scale, we can see the green represents the higher values and the red represents the lower values. So you kind of scrolling through here and keep your eye on all the greens. That gives you a really good visual in terms of which ones are standing out as well. So very good. Let's take a look at some other conditional formatting. Hey, what about square footage? I'll go ahead and highlight all of my square footage range here, and for this one I'll click on conditional formatting. Well, this time I want to, let's say I want to find a home where the square footage is greater than, less than, or between a certain value. Well, I'll say greater than. So as long as it is set to greater than, in this case it's giving me 2373. I'll change this to 2500. So we can see it's already applying that light red fill of dark text. Maybe I want green fill with dark text, and I can go ahead and press OK. So I can already start to eliminate some of the houses that I don't want to see because they are not meeting my square footage requirement here. Well, what about bedrooms? We'll go ahead and run another one for the bedrooms, and maybe I want exactly right. So maybe I want equal to, I want exactly 3 bedrooms. I'll go ahead and press OK. So now I'm getting a match with a couple of different places here. I'm good to go. Alright, I'll go ahead and do one more for the bathrooms. So maybe this one, let's say I'll go for greater than, say greater than 2 bathrooms. I'll go ahead and press OK, and it looks like we have a nice match here on row 121. All of my requirements are being fulfilled. So that's what conditional formatting can do for us. We do have another type of conditional formatting in here, which are top and bottom rules. So these really give some really nice analysis. We can highlight the top 10 items on a list based on the value, the top 10%, bottom 10 items, bottom 10%, or whatever is above the average. So in order to do that, I'm going to go ahead and clear the conditional formatting for my listing price here. I'll go back to manage rules, and for this entire sheet I'll go ahead and clear that graded color scale. I'll delete that, I'll press apply, and I'll press OK. Let's take a look at one of the other type of rules, which is the top bottom rules. So the top 10%, which one of these listing prices are in the top 10%. I'll go ahead and click here, and we can see it's already highlighting them for me. I can change the number here, maybe the top 20%, right? I'll go back to the top and bottom rules. What about the bottom 10%? So some quick analysis that we can use there as well. So conditional formatting is another type of filter. Let's take a look at the if function.